Hello fellow patrollers, this is Mike with Forest Conservancy, and today we're going to show you how to take GPS tracks and waypoints that you create on your smartphone and upload these to your patroller's report. A lot of us are using our smartphones these days as GPSs, using mapping software to track our hikes, as well as create waypoints for spots of specific concern, such as needed trail maintenance, a sign that needs repair, an illegal campsite, or whatever. As most of you probably know by now, the new Patroller's Report worksheet now allows you to include this data with your report. Today I'm going to show you how to export your tracks and waypoints into what we refer to as a GPX file, and then I'll show you how to import this file into your Patroller's Report. Please note in this lesson I'll only be covering how to export a track to GPX file and then how to upload that file to your patrol report. I'm going to assume you already know how to create a track and waypoints in your chosen mapping software, so I won't cover it here. Also, I'm going to be showing you how to create a GPX file using Gaia mapping software on an Android phone. This may look somewhat different for you depending on the brand of your mapping software you're using, as well as the type of phone you have. Before we begin, let's start off with a little terminology. GPX stands for GPS Exchange Format. This format uses an open standard that can be freely used by all mapping programs. So if I create a track on my phone using Gaia, I can convert that to a GPX file, and now it can be read by Avenza, Google Earth, or just about any other kind of mapping software. You can tell if a file is in GPX format because the name ends in .gpx, just like the files you see here. Okay, let's get started by taking a look at a map that I created in Gaia. And the orange line you see here shows a hike that I did recently. Now, along with the track of my hike, you'll see these red markers. These are waypoints designating some points of interest along my hike that I want to include in my patrol report. So the first thing we want to do is convert this track and these waypoints to a GPX file that can be uploaded to the report. Now, just a reminder, this process is specific to Gaia, and these steps will be somewhat different in other programs, but the methodology is essentially the same. Now, we're going to click on the Saved button, which is down on the bottom of the screen, about a second button to the right. We'll just click on that Save button. And this will list all the tracks and waypoints that I have saved in Gaia. So we're going to scroll down, and we're going to see a track called Anthracite Pass. Now above that track you'll see 4 waypoints that I also want to export. So we're going to go ahead and click on Anthracite Pass. And now when I go to export this track, it will automatically include both the track itself as well as those 4 waypoints you saw on the previous screen. And so we'll go ahead and scroll down until we see where it says Export. We'll click on Export. And now you're asked for the format, and of course we want to say GPX, so make sure GPX is selected as it is here, and we'll click on OK. Now this next screen gives me a number of options on how I can share or store my GPX file. Now what you see on the screen will depend on the type of phone you have, so it may look somewhat different than what you see here. For this lesson, I'm going to create the Patroller's Report using the same phone that I have my map software on. So to keep things simple, I'm going to save the GPX file that contains my tracks and waypoints to a folder on this same phone. In this case, I'll click on this one that says Copy To. Now yours might say Save or Save As or File Manager or something like that. But I'm going to click on this Copy To program. Now, if you have an Android phone, you're going to have a choice of saving the file to either the phone's internal storage or to the phone's SD card reader. Now, if you have an iPhone, you're just going to see the internal storage, as iPhones don't have a slot for an SD card. So I'll go ahead and click on that internal storage folder. Now you're going to see a bunch of folders. And you can basically pick any folder that you like to store your GPX file in. You just need to make sure you remember which folder you choose so you can remember how to find your file when you go to upload your report. Now if you look at the second row, about second from the right, you see I've already created a folder that says GPX. That's where I usually get my GPX files, so I'll go ahead and click on that. And you can see some other GPX files from other patrols I have in this folder. So to save the new file to this folder, we'll go to the bottom of the page and click on the paste button that you see there in the lower left-hand corner. Yours may say something like save, again, depending on your phone's software. Now you can see a new file has been created called anthracitepass.gpx, and it's stored in that GPX folder. This file contains both the track as well as the associated waypoints that we saw on the map. Okay, so now we want to upload this anthracitepass.gpx file to our patrol report. So let's wander over to the Forest Conservancy webpage. We got that right here. And we're going to click on My Unreported Patrols. And we'll scroll down here to look for Anthracite Pass, and there it is at the top of the list. So we'll click on Anthracite Pass. And then we get to the patrol detail page. So why don't we go ahead and scroll through and add all the information that we want to add to our patrols. So let's see, we'll say there were, let's see, I don't know, 10 hikers. Let's say 1 overnight user, maybe 1 dog on a leash. No bikes, and maybe 1 dog off leash. And let's see. And we did have a tree down, so I'll say that was at mile 4.1, I believe that's what that was. And we did need a trail junction sign, and the weather was clear and sunny. Okay, so when you get down near the bottom of the report worksheet, you're going to see this thing that says GPS track /waypoints. Under that, in tiny green letters in a gray box, you'll see upload your GPX file :browse. So when I click on that word browse, okay, and then depending on your phone's software, you'll be asked for an action. In this case, I'm going to click on Files. Your phone may say File Manager or something like that, but we want to be able to access the files in the phone, so I'm going to click on Files. And okay, so this goes directly to that GPX folder already, so you can see the anthracitepass.gpx file sitting right there. So we'll go ahead and click on that file. And that takes you back to the patrol report worksheet. And in the box, you'll see where it says anthracitepass.gpx uploading. And then when it's done, it will say upload complete. And you're done. Now all you have to do is finish your report and click on Submit Report. So you go through the rest of there and you click on that green Submit Report and you're done. And just one thing I want to point out on that file. Let's say, for example, if you uploaded that GPX file and you realize you'd made a mistake, maybe you uploaded the wrong file, for example. Well, this is an easy fix. All you have to do is click on the X on the right-hand side, and that will remove the GPX file that you had uploaded. You simply click on the word browse again and re-upload your correct file. And that is it. I hope this lesson was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section below this video, or you can email me at miller866@comcast.net. Thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you out on the trail.